You don't know how quickly something which is fun and healthy turns out to become unhealthy obsession. And I'm talking about watch collection, to be specific. And it's not just me who's saying this. So I've connected with several people over the last couple of weeks, right from people who are doing vintage sales to people who are selling in the grey market, etc. Right? I've met with people like me who've started watch collection, and now they've gone overboard and spent like money that they don't have. And I'm on the same boat. How do I put it? Like, I'm madly obsessing over watches. I'm reading about stuff. I'm trying to find good deals, and it's a way of you convincing yourself that that you're getting this watch on discount and it's totally worth it. And I'm sort of happy that I'm realizing this early on. It's just been like 2 months. It's not like that I didn't like watches. Like I would collect watches 10 years back, where it wasn't so expensive, those watches, but it was still a big portion of my income back then, and I see that happening again, and I feel I'm a little more sensible to realize it early on. And I truly understand the watch obsession, right? Because it's like you, when you're browsing a website or when you're in a watch store, it's like a kid in a candy store. Everything's exciting, everything's colorful, everything is like calling you out. I totally get that. But after a lot of contemplation and introspection, I have found a couple of ways which has sort of kept me now on the down low. So I'm gonna share some of the tips with everybody, right? So number one is that you'll always be tempted with a deal. Like, it's either an ad on Facebook Marketplace or a classified app, an Instagram ad, but you gotta stay focused. Check out the watch. I mean, there's no harm in checking it out, but you gotta stay focused in terms of what you want your watch collection to be. It's good to have a plan in terms of how many vintage watches do you want to acquire in a year versus how many like your regular day wear watches you want to procure, or how many luxury watches do you want to procure in a year. So it helps for you to it helps you plan better that way. So if you're looking at getting like 5 watches in a year, you should exactly know that 2 is for vintage, 1 is an expensive watch, and probably 2 is going to be your daily wear. Also, the most important factor is budget. So always factor in a portion of the money that you want to keep aside to buy the watch. Maybe it's coming from a performance bonus that you're getting annually, or like a windfall, or through some investment that you're getting in. So keep that money fixed. Like, don't be flexible on your budget, and be very stringent about that budget. So that also will help you curb your need to buy a new watch. Also, enjoy the process. The faster you procure watches, the less likely you're going to enjoy it, because you're always on the lookout for the next watch. Slow down the process, enjoy the process, savor it, savor every purchase that you make. So here, I mean, I'd like to add like 2 points together. So enjoy the process, and I feel less is more. Take your time, buy something that you really want. Don't get sidetracked, and focus on that particular model that you want to get. And lastly, don't get pressurized into buying a particular model, or getting into this this fake sense of urgency to buy a particular model. Don't go by what influencers are saying. I think a watch should be an extension of your personality. So whatever appeals to you, whatever makes you happy, should be on your wrist. And I'm a strong believer that you should not keep anything inside your collection. I mean, some people just don't wear the watch. They buy an expensive watch and they never wear it. I feel, please go ahead, wear your watches every day. Let it get nicks and scratches. It's completely okay. It just adds character to the watch. But yeah, there's no point in buying something which is beautiful and timeless and not wearing it. And the last part is the urge to buy watches when you're traveling. So a lot of times you are traveling abroad and you get really tempted to buy stuff because it's cheaper, because there are lesser taxes or whatever. Like there are countries where you can get like watches for cheap, like Japan, Canada, Dubai, right? So a lot of people go overboard because they've traveled there and they end up buying these watches. A lot of them also end up paying custom duty when they come back to the country, but I mean, see, you're basically settling in for the models that they have in the store. It's not like you're getting the exact model that you wanted. If you do get it, it's fine, and if it's part of your plan, it's great. But if it's just because you're traveling there and it's cheaper, and then you in most cases you end up with a watch model that you just sort of settled for because it's on discount, and you know that's the only thing which is available. So yeah, those are some of my tips. If you've found them useful, please comment. If you have additional tips that you want to give people like me who are obsessed with watches, I'd really sincerely urge you to comment and help people out. Thank you.